Now, there's some kind of concerns regarding that The Last of Us Part 2 may not have a multiplayer mode. Now, this is coming from the packaging for the Sony's limited edition Days of Play console. It pretty much outright it says, like, in the small print, as you can see right in front of you, basically The Last of Us Part 2 do not support the online multiplayer. Now, fortunately, I'm reckoning that this is just an error, and that the developers actually confirmed last year that its popular faction mode will indeed return in a sequel. And obviously, there's been also busy hiring multiplayer designers for some time as well. Now, I do want to mention it as well that, I really do think this is just an error. But, in general, I'm going to have a bit of a discussion regarding the multiplayer. And personally, why I still kind of think, even if this game does not, let's just say, right, just an example. Let's say that The Last of Us Part 2 does not come with the multiplayer. Will that really be a big deal? I personally think I don't think so. Like, personally for me, if we do consider the fact that from The Last of Us, right, the first one, it came with the multiplayer, was awesome and everything, but it was so underrated, like not that many people, I personally thought, that were playing it. Now there were some dedicated people that like to play multiplayer in The Last of Us. I personally just tried out once and twice, maybe 5 times max, that's it, never gone into it back again. And I think it just simply died off, didn't it? I don't know. Like, do they still play it? Is the service already down by then? I don't know, really. Like, I'm all about the single player for The Last of Us. I replayed the single player 3 times on a PlayStation 3, once and twice on my PlayStation 4. When it's sort of like a relaunch, a remaster version anyway. Now, basically, I just want to mention this one thing. Even if we do not, let's just say it, even if we do not get a Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer, I don't think it will be a bad thing. I personally think that the single player is what's all about, that everybody want to get their hands on for The Last of Us Part 2. The multiplayer, I think, is an additional feature that is a nice topic, like a cherry on top of the beautiful cake already, that's ready up, baked and in the oven perfectly in the perfect temperature. Do you know what I mean? Basically, it's there, it's an addition, it's an add-on. Like as well, the Last of Us multiplayer was so underrated, I completely forgot that thing even existed. Maybe it was a similar case for most other people as well. I am talking about myself personally. I don't know how majority of the people felt about the multiplayer of The Last of Us. Maybe they thought it was a similar case as I did. Like, what the hell? It even existed? What? That kind of question mark in their heads. And perhaps maybe a lot of people are like, oh, what are you talking about? The Last of Us multiplayer was awesome. I played almost every day or every second day, whatnot. And I enjoyed the hell out of it. I can't speak for majority of the people. I speak for myself, obviously. It is indeed an opinionated video. But still, The Last of Us, even if it does come or does not, I don't think it's a big deal. If it does come, that's nice. I definitely can argue with the fact as well. Now, if it does end up being, not very good, now at least we have a single player to cover that up. And so the single player, The Last of Us Part 2 will be awesome. Everyone already knows this. And it's like, similarly done with the Rockstar games, right? The single player in the Rockstar games are fantastic, but the multiplayer, like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? For example. Now, obviously, over the time, they put in a bunch of more content as a live service type of game, multiplayer anyway, and like, they already had they shipped it on day one, is fantastic, and then the multiplayer is a different story. You can always, update it again and again and again, and so often whenever you would like to, of course. Now, I don't really know about The Last of Us Part 2. I don't know how they're gonna go about it. It's gonna be a similar case, like, as a life of a service sort of game. Every so often they will be updating it, and obviously, because like, The Last of Us is all about the single player. That's what I personally think. Even if we do end up getting it, even if we don't, I think I will be just fine. Maybe I could speak for the majority of the people as well. Once again, maybe everybody thinks like I just said it as I mentioned it. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I don't think it's a bad thing either. I'm in between, so to say, right? If we don't get it, we do get it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big problem. Now, let's talk about it as well, let's say if it does come out, right? I think, obviously, it's a given at this point that it most likely will come out with a multiplayer. And let's say if it does. And obviously, what is there going to be something of a differentiates of from The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. Now, because I can't remember exactly of all the multiplayer that I had from The Last of Us, because obviously I didn't barely played it, what kind of modes are there, how it felt, the shooting, how quickly you could kill anybody, like in the enemies wise anyway. And I know obviously that is a most likely a based cover shooter more or less, and quickly to kill people as well. And if it does have some kind of resemblance from the Uncharted 4 multiplayer, of course. But still, talking about it on top of that, like obviously more traditional modes with returning on that front, I think will be nice. I'm not gonna deny that, like team deathmatch, free for all, that sort of thing, and of course some kind of factions related, like capture the flag, maybe something new, original, maybe some kind of components taken from The Last of Us, like the modes and the shooting and you know that stuff, the weaponry, leveling up system as well. Obviously it cannot be overkill on that front. Oh yeah, I know I'm going different, a little bit on a different topic at this moment. I definitely want to talk about it really quickly. The trophies. I most likely will be going for platinum trophies. The Last of Us, I didn't even get a platinum trophy, even though I played it so much. In fact, I was surprised how little amount of trophies I ended up getting. I really don't want to see these stupid online trophies just to get a platinum trophy. It would be nice to have like a differentiations, you know, single player trophies only, and then add-on as well would be for the online trophies. And if you want to get a platinum trophy, you have to play the single player and do all of that, all the challenges, everything that needs to be done in the single player to get a platinum trophy. Online will have less majority amount of the trophies, but it does not include the platinum trophy, you know, if we take it like that. I think that would be so much better for any other game out there, not just The Last of Us. Still, The Last of Us Part 2, I cannot personally wait to find out more information about it. I'm glad here was the trailer. Because like, everyone presumes it will be coming out in the 2020, February more or less, that range anyway. We don't obviously know the release date. It's presumed that as well it's been delayed on purposely because of the Death Stranding coming out November 8th. And so that's going to be exciting time as well. And you know, Death Stranding is around the corner more or less. I'm going to be getting my hands on that as well. I'm going to be doing a review if you are up for it. And obviously The Last of Us Part 2, I'm definitely going to be doing a review for that. On top of that, you know, the best games and sort of say they are like all the good games. I personally think I'm definitely going to be doing like a big major like more professionally done reviews obviously. But still, this is going to be exciting because like Last of Us Part 2 as well will be around the corner where it's new trailer when it will be happening. God damn it. Multiplayer, again, back out on the track. I don't know. It's just there, you know, it's like an add-on. If it's bad, well shit, well who cares? I guess we have a single player then because it's going to be awesome. If it's good, well that's great, that's awesome. I can't really reduce the points because of the multiplayer if it end up being crap, let's say that, right? If the game is a masterpiece and the multiplayer is crap, I can't like just give it a 9 out of 10 because of the multiplayer. I will give it a 10 out of 10 because, you know, the single player, obviously I'm going to be scoring it like that. Personally for me, anyway. I don't know how the other reviewers will be going about, but personally, again, I think it's going to be a fantastic time to be a gamer in 2020, obviously. Oh, mind you, take a look at my previous video as well. It's regarding, obviously, the 2020 might be actually the best year for the games as well. So many games will be happening in 2020. It's exciting. It's very, very exciting. And there's so much more we don't yet know, especially at the late 2020. There's so many more games will be happening, and the E3 2020 as well. And wow, you know, next gen consoles on top of that, most likely. Well, obviously we already knew that in full. Well, yeah, holidays of 2020, next Xbox generation, and as well the PlayStation, the next PlayStation 5 most likely will be called. Obviously, that's a given. But still, it's great. Cannot personally wait. More on that front, I will talk about it. More videos will be happening as well, guys. Like, subscribe, as always, please. And do consider as well subscribing because on a daily basis I always upload my videos. And, you know, different majority amounts, of course, as well. Oh, yes, by the way, I have opened up a Patreon. It's still in its new early basis, so to say. I'll still will be updating it constantly, of course. And, you know, there are always some new things that you can expect, of course. Now, take a look. Links down below in the description, as always. We'll let you go now, guys. Have a good one. And, yeah, have a good one again.